situations that has went down, the WNBA referees has dropped the ball on. We done seen countless of videos from my channel and a host of others in the Caitlin Clark department, calling out this madness, calling out the WNBA referees, Kathy, and arguably part of the reason why Caitlin Clark is hurt is because of the WNBA referees. Now, I'm not saying that they're fully to blame, but they should be held accountable for Caitlin Clark being hurt as of right now.
Recent footage has emerged highlighting concerning disparities in officiating standards between WNBA rookies Paige Bueckers and Caitlin Clark. The controversy centers around a Dallas Wings versus New York Liberty matchup that exposed potential inconsistencies in referee decision-making. During the contest in New York, Dallas secured a commanding 92-82 victory over the defending champion Liberty. The Wings displayed impressive teamwork and execution throughout the game, catching many observers off guard with their elevated performance level against such formidable opposition. Aiko Gunbowal dominated the stat sheet with 20 points and 14 assists, recording a stellar double-double that showcased her veteran leadership.
Now, going into the topic of discussion, let's pull up this box score real quick before we get into the spooky part. That is Paige Bueckers and the Dallas Wings. So the Dallas Wings was up in New York today, balling, bro. I mean, they looked it good, dog. I can't even lie. They looked it a hell of a lot better than I thought they would look going up against the Dallas Wings today. Now, the score was 82-92. 10-point win by the Dallas.
Meanwhile, rookie sensation Paige Bueckers contributed significantly with 20 points, 4 assists, and 6 rebounds across 30 minutes of action, demonstrating her rising star potential. The primary concern arose from a specific play involving Bueckers that drew immediate comparisons to similar situations involving Caitlin Clark. Video evidence suggests identical physical contact scenarios received vastly different treatment from officials. When Bueckers experienced defensive pressure, referees promptly called a foul. However, comparable situations involving Clark have historically gone uncalled.
92, 10-point win by the Dallas Wings. It was just not the New York Liberty night. Now let's head on over here. Enrique, 20 points, 14 assists, bro. She had a double-double. Just a masterclass from Enrique. Then we got to talk about rookie Paige Bueckers. She had 20 points, 4 assists, 6 rebounds, and she played a total of 30 damn minutes. Paige Bueckers was on fire. Now, there was a play that had went down, bruh.
Social media user Millie, identified as a Liberty supporter, raised pointed questions about this discrepancy. The fan questioned how identical defensive actions could result in opposite officiating outcomes, noting the apparent inconsistency between brunette and blonde players, a reference that sparked broader discussions about potential bias factors. Natasha Cloud, who was involved in the disputed play, appeared surprised by the officiating decision, seemingly acknowledging the questionable nature of the call. This reaction further fueled speculation about referee consistency standards across different players. The controversy gains additional weight when examining Clark's treatment throughout her rookie campaign.
Ad went down, bruh, that I'm about to show y'all right now. Roll it. Now, that was the play that people was calling into question over Caitlin Clark. Now, shout out to Millie on X. I believe she's a New York Liberty fan, and she's pretty much saying, how is this not a foul on Caitlin, but a foul on Paige? Now, this is a very fair answer in this department.
Indiana Fever head coach Stephanie White has publicly addressed the unique physical challenges Clark faces on the court. When questioned about the excessive contact her star player endures, White diplomatically acknowledged a different level of physicality directed toward Clark while expressing uncertainty about the underlying reasons. White's careful response, including her joking reference to potential fines, suggests awareness of the sensitive nature surrounding officiating discussions. The coach emphasized her team's need to help Clark adapt to this treatment while finding strategic advantages within the current environment. Statistical analysis reveals stark differences in foul call frequencies between the two rookies.
Fair answer in this department. This is a foul because Paige got a better whistle than Caitlin do, which is crazy to me. Caitlin Clark is the person that is bringing the viewership up. Caitlin Clark is the one that is selling out season tickets and bringing fans in from all walks of life. She is simply the battery for the WNBA. Now, with that being said, you would think the person that is driving up the views, the person that is making all of this stuff.
Clark consistently faces physical defensive tactics, including holds, grabs, and excessive contact that often escape official notice. This pattern has become so pronounced that even casual observers recognize the disparity. The situation presents a paradox considering Clark's massive impact on league popularity and revenue generation. Her presence has driven television viewership to unprecedented levels, sold out arenas nationwide, and attracted diverse new fan demographics to women's basketball. The rookie phenomenon has been credited with securing improved travel accommodations, including charter flights for teams, and generating substantial economic benefits league-wide.
Making all of this stuff happen for this league, like charter flights and a host of other things that Caitlin Clark was responsible for, she will have a better whistle. And I'm here to tell you, that is not the case. Caitlin does not have a better whistle. Her nor no one on the Indiana Fever team has a better whistle. I don't know what it is, but the WNBA referees has it out for Caitlin Clark and her teammates for whatever reason, but especially Caitlin now.
Despite being the primary catalyst for the WNBA's current growth surge, Clark appears to receive less favorable treatment from officials compared to other high-profile rookies. This disconnect between her value to the league and her on-court protection has puzzled fans and analysts alike. Multiple social media users have documented this pattern, with one observer noting that Bueckers, despite playing for a struggling team, consistently receives more favorable officiating than the league's biggest draw. This observation has led some fans to question their broader WNBA viewing habits, suggesting they primarily watch Fever games due to frustration with officiating inconsistencies elsewhere. The debate extends beyond simple whistle preferences to encompass broader questions about referee accountability and consistency standards.
Her teammates for whatever reason, but especially Caitlin now. Now, Millie went on to write this on X. She stated that's exactly what they call for Paige tonight, and Natasha is going to defend it the same way. If a WNBA official said it's legal, but how the F is this no foul call? And tonight was a foul. What changed the brunette to blonde? Like what? I could really say what it is, but I'm not, man. I'm not going to say what it is, why
Critics argue that no other major professional sport exhibits such obvious disparities in star player treatment, particularly when the affected player generates the league's primary revenue streams. Various theories have emerged attempting to explain these officiating patterns, ranging from unconscious bias to deliberate strategic decisions. Some observers suggest political considerations may influence referee behavior, though specific details remain speculative and controversial. The situation has created a feedback loop, where Clark's tremendous popularity paradoxically highlights the very inconsistencies that may be hindering her on-court success. Fans who initially discovered the WNBA through Clark's college career now find themselves critiquing professional officiating standards they might otherwise ignore.
Say what it is, why I feel as if Paige got a better whistle than Caitlin, bro. There's a host of reasons why. Even Natasha Cloud right here was like, damn, why did y'all call a foul? But in all actuality, she should have been called a foul the first time, the one she did to Caitlin. Like, let me go back. So this is what she did to Caitlin. All over Caitlin. Should have been a hella foul. And I'm here to tell you, they did not call this a foul.
Recent injury concerns surrounding Clark have intensified these discussions, with some attributing her physical setbacks partially to inadequate official protection. While referees cannot be solely blamed for player injuries, their failure to consistently call obvious fouls may contribute to an environment where excessive contact becomes normalized. The contrast becomes particularly stark when examining identical plays involving different players. Video evidence shows nearly identical defensive actions receiving opposite treatments based solely on the offensive player involved. This level of inconsistency undermines the sport's integrity and fairness principles.
She's hearing Caitlin's coming back, and I'm like, wait a minute. That's a ways off, and we got this? So this is tomorrow night. Of course, the Fever play the Phoenix Mercury. Okay, now that's going to be the much anticipated, I assume, for Stephanie White reunion of Alyssa Thomas and DeWanna Bonner. And Stephanie White had to go out.
Coach White's diplomatic public statements suggest internal awareness of these issues while highlighting the delicate balance between advocacy and avoiding league disciplinary action. Her reference to potential fines indicates previous discussions about officiating standards may have resulted in organizational pressure to limit public criticism. The broader implications extend beyond individual player treatment to encompass league credibility and fan retention. If casual observers can easily identify obvious officiating disparities, the sport risks alienating the very audience it has worked to attract through Clark's magnetic appeal.
Had to go out there and really talk this up after the way DeWanna Bonner did this organization in order to get to the Phoenix Mercury. This is laughable.
DB's obviously coming back here for the first time. How have you seen her fit in with Phoenix and what like the game plan against her?
I think she's fit in perfectly with Phoenix. I mean, she does a really good job. You know, her and AT play so well together. And she does a really good job of adding a different dimension with her ability to be that stretch four.
Current evidence suggests systemic rather than isolated issues with referee consistency, particularly regarding physical play standards applied to different players. This pattern demands serious examination from league officials to maintain competitive integrity and fan confidence in the sport's fairness. Recent developments surrounding Caitlin Clark have raised numerous questions about her injury status and the Indiana Fever's management decisions. Several incidents have emerged that create confusion about whether Clark is genuinely sidelined or if the organization is making strategic choices about her playing time.
Stretch four to complement, and her and Sasha being able to play on the floor at the same time with AT. You know, she's comfortable there. She's comfortable in that system. It's going to be different to game plan against her. Her and AT both, really honestly. After having been on the sideline with them for a couple of years, it's going to be different to game plan against her. But I'm glad that she's happy, and I'm glad that she's found her spot.
I got to tell you, I mean, hey, Steph Sides.
The situation becomes more perplexing when examining video evidence that shows Clark engaging in soccer activities while supposedly dealing with a groin injury. This footage has sparked debate among fans and observers who question the severity of her condition. The concern stems from the fact that soccer involves significant leg movement and groin engagement, activities that would typically be restricted for someone recovering from such an injury. Holly Rowe provided an update during a recent broadcast explaining that Clark had consulted with a specialist and no additional injuries were discovered.
Sides, right there. I mean, look, at this point, we're insulting Christy Sides. I think she scammed us. Yeah, Oak Cliff Soldier, you're right about that. Some side-eye, a lot of side-eye there. Because we know, let's just be real, coward. For once, I'd love to see the Indiana Fever take up for the Indiana Fever. Can you shill for your own
However, the Indiana Fever organization has indicated they plan to take a more conservative approach to her return this time. According to team statements, they intend to ensure Clark receives adequate practice time and conditioning before resuming game action, something they apparently failed to provide during her previous return from injury. The timeline mentioned suggests Clark might not return until the third week of August, which provides more practice opportunities. This extended absence has led to speculation about whether the team's medical staff properly handled her initial comeback, as they seemingly rushed her back without proper preparation previously.
own team? And it's not just Stephanie White, it's the organization as a whole. I mean, honestly, come on. I feel secondhand embarrassment listening to this. Yeah. Because no matter how you want to put it, I mean, there was real
Adding to the organizational drama is the upcoming matchup against the Phoenix Mercury, which features former Fever player Duana Bonner. Head coach Stephanie White addressed Bonner's departure and current situation with Phoenix in what many view as an overly accommodating manner. White praised Bonner's fit with Phoenix and expressed satisfaction with her former player's happiness despite the controversial circumstances surrounding her exit from Indiana. The departure of Bonner from the Fever was marked by reports of personal reasons that later proved questionable.
Embarrassment there as far as the club and how DeWanna Bonner did this, like instigated and connived and worked her way, slithered her way to getting off this team so she could go play for the Mercury. You do realize that all the three of you are not on the Connecticut Sun anymore? Question mark?
Many observers believe the situation involved deliberate maneuvering by Bonner to secure a trade to Phoenix. The fact that multiple former Connecticut Sun players, including Bonner and Alyssa Thomas, ended up on different teams adds another layer to the story. White's comments about game planning against her former players and her expressed gladness about Bonner's contentment have drawn criticism from those who believe the coach should show more loyalty to her current organization. Critics argue that the Fever organization consistently fails to advocate for itself and instead makes statements that benefit other teams and players.
Mark, you do get that, right? I mean, I'm just kind of like, okay. This is wild. And remember, there was a setting out for personal reasons, blah, blah, blah. We thought something traumatic was going down. And I'm willing to bet you Stephanie White knew the whole time. I'm sorry. I don't get down with that crap at all.
The handling of Clark's injury situation exemplifies broader concerns about the Fever's decision-making processes. The apparent contradiction between Clark's restricted playing status and her ability to engage in soccer activities has led to questions about the organization's transparency with fans and media. The medical management approach also raises professional concerns. If Clark was previously returned to action without proper conditioning and practice time, this suggests inadequate medical protocols that could have contributed to recurring injury issues.
So, Holly Rose said this the other day about Caitlin Clark's injury during the Sky game.
Caitlin Clark, of course, out today for her 13th game this season. We do have some updates. You know, she did see a specialist last week. No additional injury was found in that exam and scans. But Stephanie White did tell us that they will be even more cautious with their approach to her return to play this time. Last time when she came back after injury, she didn't get any practice time, any opportunity to ramp up.
The admission that they will be more cautious this time essentially acknowledges previous mistakes in her treatment. Observers have noted that Clark's presence at away games while injured might not be necessary, suggesting she could support the team from home rather than traveling. The reasoning is that if the injury is serious enough to prevent basketball activity, then the physical demands of travel might also be counterproductive to recovery. The broader implications extend beyond individual player management to questions about WNBA standards and organizational competence.